Have you ever kissed someone you'd only ever met in a dream? That's exactly what happened to Georgie Cotter. In this video, we'll explore the story of Georgie Cotter, a soldier who returns home to find that his dreams might be more than just fantasies. That one dream kiss changed everything. Previously in the story, Georgie Cotter, had been serving in the military, where I earned medals and a promotion for my efforts. Ever since I was a kid, I've had these vivid dreams about a mysterious girl in a strange, magical land. After a long time away, I finally got a year's leave and came back home to my family's estate in England. My parents and the staff welcomed me like a hero, and I was happy to be back in the familiar surroundings. Then I met Miriam Lacey, a neighbor who's good at music, and something about her felt familiar, like maybe she was tied to those dreams. Now let's pick up where things get interesting. As I was getting ready to leave for England, my men cheered me loud enough to make my ears ring, and the mess threw me a big dinner. I was thrilled about my year off. I'd worked hard to get it. At the dinner, the doctor, a bit tipsy, spouted some poetry about swords and battles, and everyone kept saying how great I was. When I stood up to speak, they shouted over me, so I just laughed and said, "Let's play pool instead." The trip back was easy going. I spent 28 days on a steamer, gliding through warm waters. There was this woman, Mrs. Zuleika, who kept me company. She was older, but she made me feel special, like I stood out from everyone else. One evening, she asked me about love, her eyes twinkling in the dim light by the ship's steering gear. I didn't get what she was after. I just talked about my mom and how I couldn't wait to get home. She seemed surprised I didn't have any romantic stories to share, but I didn't have any, and I wasn't about to make them up. One night I had a dream that shook me. The girl I dreamed about since I was little wasn't a kid anymore. She was a woman now, with black hair swept back and a sharp point on her forehead. We wandered through our dreamland together, past the brushwood pile, up the 30-mile ride, all the way to the house of the sick thing glowing faintly in the distance. The air hummed with a song, and for once there was no fear, just happiness. Then she turned, her gray eyes locking on mine, and kissed me. I jolted awake, the curtains swaying in my cabin, half convinced her lips had really touched mine. When I got home, it was like stepping into a perfect memory. The coachman picked me up, the white peacock screeched from the wall, and my parents hugged me tight. That night at dinner, my mom said I hadn't changed a bit, and my dad grinned, proud I was the youngest major in the Army. Later, we smoked cigars among the roses, the house's shadow stretching over the lawn. Dad teased me about bringing a girl home someday, but I brushed it off. I'd been too busy for that. A few days later, I went fishing. The trout were tricky, but I knew the stream like the back of my hand. I crouched low, flicking my rod just right, and landed a few good ones. As I headed back, the sun dipping low, I heard singing from the drawing room. The voice was rich and smooth, and the words about the city of sleep and policeman day hit me hard. I'd heard them in my dreams. Peeking through the window, I saw Miriam at the piano, her black hair shining in the moonlight. Next morning, I met her properly. She was tall with gray eyes and that same hair from my dream. I couldn't stop staring, and my mom had to nudge me to say hello. My heart was pounding, but she didn't seem to notice anything strange. We talked, and I brought up her song. "I wrote it myself," she said, her voice soft, almost shy. I was stunned. How could she know those places from my head? Later that afternoon, I asked her to ride with me. We took the horses out, the air warm and sweet with grass. I couldn't hold it in anymore. "Do you remember the 30-mile ride?" I asked, watching her closely. She froze, her hands tight on the reins. "What do you mean? I never sang about that." "But you did," I said. "Policeman Day, the lamp on the downs, the city of sleep. It's all there. It's our place." Her face went pale and she whispered, "How do you know?" I took a deep breath. "Because I've been dreaming of it since I was a kid, and you're the girl in those dreams." She started shaking, tears spilling down her cheeks. "Let's walk," she begged, sliding off her horse. I followed, steadying her as we slowed down. "It's true, isn't it?" I said gently. "We've been there together." Miriam nodded, her voice breaking. "You're the boy, my brushwood boy. I've known you forever." She leaned against me, and I wrapped my arm around her, feeling like the world had just clicked into place. We stood there, the horses snuffling quietly as she murmured, "I remember waiting for you at the Lily Lock, showing you the mountains." "And the 30-mile ride," I added, grinning. "You rode just like this back then." She laughed through her tears. "It's you. It's really you." We talked more, piecing together years of dreams, how we'd run from them, explored that strange land, always together. Now, here we were, real and alive, the sunset painting the downs gold around us. I'd never felt so happy, knowing I'd found her at last. So our journey ends here. If you want to see another story like this, then click on the end screen. I will see you there.